Donita with the FCA Pit Pass. I'm here with Ryan Dungey, the winner of tonight's Supercross, St. Louis Supercross. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I know you had a really good, challenging race. It was really good. What's it like what's going through your mind when you're in front of that? That's what I want to know.
It's a lot of things. I think during the week you kind of try to put in your time and effort and try to, I guess, prepare what it's going to be like on race day. But it's always something different. I guess when you line up, you kind of got to worry about yourself. But out in the lead, it's you kind of can feel it. Everybody's watching, and you want to mistake free, and obviously to lead as many laps as you can and go on the win the race is the goal. But it's fun. I think if you didn't feel that nervousness that you feel when you line up on the gate or when you're out there racing, I guess it wouldn't really be racing at all.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun.
So a lot of people say, oh, I forget to breathe when I'm in front. Did you have to learn that, or do you have that mastered, or what?
Well, I mean, growing up through amateurs, it was quite a challenge. That leading a race it's a tough deal, because you kind of start you can't worry about the whole field behind you. You got to worry about yourself. So at first, it was a little bit of a struggle. It always is. You got to keep putting in consistent laps, and it's not over till the race is over. So just try to keep putting it down consistent.
Yeah. Well, you support the ministry, and we really appreciate that. Steve Hudson doing chapel service and stuff. And I see you signing all these autographs, and I had to wait a while to get this interview because people are just lined up. How do you deal with all the hype and all the? I mean, it's pretty quick. It's pretty quick for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's all pretty fast. From the time you show up at the races and everything. But I mean, the fans are kind of what make everything go round. It kind of. You see the joy that they get, and you kind of want to give it back, so it's cool to be out there, show up and everything like that. And I'm a real firm believer in the man above and trying to he makes the world go round and everything happens, so it's cool to be able to show up, and you got all kinds of fans and everybody like that, and just try to be all I can. Sometimes it gets tough, but at the end of the day, it's they're important.
Yeah. I was talking to your mom earlier, and she said either her or your dad are here at one of the races with you. What's that mean to have your family? I mean, just growing, she said from a young age, growing up, you guys, that's what you did, travel. So what's that mean to you to have your family behind you?
Well, racing dirt bikes, we started when we were 5. I have 3 brothers, or 2 brothers, so 3 of us, and then my mom and dad, and we'd go out on the racetrack, and we would go to local races. So it really kept us a family really strong, and that's something that I'm really thankful for. I mean, growing up, they've always been there, my mom and dad, at every single race, and they've supported me and the whole 9 yards. I mean, you name it, and along with my rest of my family. But it's only right to have them here, and to be able to continue that experience and the joy, and at the end of the day, when we can walk away and be thankful for all we have. It's a lot to say.
Yeah. She's telling me a few things she says to you before you go out and race to keep you grounded. Does that mean a lot to you? What are some things advice she gives you, or he gives you, your dad?
Well, my dad kind of gets a little worked up. He has a tendency to smoke cigarettes when I'm out there on the track, so he likes to. Like right now, he's puffing one now, actually. Yeah. But no, he gets going. I mean, obviously if it was your kid, it's your kid out there, and and you kind of it's a rush, But before we go out, Mom, I mean, words of advice. My mom, it's at the end of the day, as long as we went out there and did all we could, then we didn't leave nothing on the table, and remember what's most important at the end of the day, and and I think we all know what is, and just. It kind of takes away the nervous a little bit, and say, all right, let's go have fun, and that's why we started it, racing, and so it's been cool. I mean, motocross, I have a great family, and met a lot of people coming through the ranks until now, and it's an experience.
Yeah. Well, journey. You're definitely a gifted athlete in motocross, and God's given you this gift to be an example. What's that mean to you, to be an example for these kids, all yelling your name?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, God gives us each and every one of us a talent, and and I've always really believed in using it to the fullest, and and not letting it go to waste. I think that's really important, and I mean, I think there's a lot of callings. I guess growing up, you kind of really see what you're good at, and you stick to it, and racing's been really good to me. Something I've really enjoyed and loved doing, and but like you said, He's given us a talent, and and you know, you're going to use it or you're going to let it go to waste, and it's up to you to, you know, what you want to do with it.
You've had a great privilege of training down with Ricky the past year or so. Is that pretty cool?
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, Ricky's into car racing, so I don't really see him much anymore. But we're out at his place. You know, we've been there for a little over a year now, and that's something I've been really, really fortunate with, is working with a lot of great athletes. Such, you know, I mean, growing up, Roger DeCoster, you know, being able to come into the factory and work with him, and then Ricky was here, and Ivan, and you know, I've been really, really fortunate. So it's cool to have guys like that in your corner. And I mean, Ricky's one of the best that's ever ridden a dirt bike. So it's really cool to be able to with him. And if there's something he picks up, and while I'm out there riding, all the better, you know. And which 90% of the time he does. So he's really good.
Yeah. Well, I know you're from Minnesota, like us. Yep. So soda or pop?
Pop.
Okay, so we want to get you to an FCA motocross camp one day when you kind of are slowing down a little bit. But you know, many people request you, so we'll see you out there someday.
Yeah, I definitely need to make it out there, and I'm sorry I haven't been there yet. I know it's something on the list to do, and we're gonna get there.
Well, you're a busy guy, and we appreciate your support. Thanks,
you.
Ryan.
Thank you.